still sick, but the show must go on. So let's start this by addressing that Dex Comics already did this concept. I didn't know that, so go show him some love and tell him Stebdez sent you. But you know, I disagree. Well, at least Goten will get a little smarter with his trip to Namek. Not bad. Not bad. What's up everybody, Stebdez here. After the big Kappa scare and hoping that my audience is accurate enough to either be general or not for kids, let's go ahead and get back into this. This What If in particular had two things for you all to vote on, and I have the results right here. Let's see, of course they let Vegeta survive. According to 85% of you, Vegeta's gotta be in the scenario. Jeez, the amount of Vegeta stuff I do in this channel. Why don't I do a Goku thing next? Not that, I haven't watched Dragon Ball. Now for the travelers to Namek. A majority of you said that Bulma's team is going to be consisting of Goten, Chi-Chi, and Tien, while Goku and Piccolo go in the second ship. The Namek Saga will begin after a quick recap, with Goten being a better fighter than Gohan ever was. Piccolo was able to get one heck of a training regimen out of the kid, increasing his power level to rival even Tien at the time of the Saiyan saga. With how beneficial the training was, and a dead Krillin helping Goku along, Goku's able to arrive on the scene, and the biggest source of casualties for the last part was actually when Vegeta, after he kills Nappa, that gem still happens, actually turns into a great ape, and ends up killing Yamcha and Chaozu. Thanks to your vote, Vegeta does get away, because Goku wants a challenge in the future. He doesn't want everybody's help next time he sees Vegeta. And with the gang up of the different Z fighters, it's fair to say that Vegeta's Zenkai boost stays on par with the original timeline. But with so many survivors in the Z Force, why would they even go to Namek? Well, let's answer that in What If Goten Was Born First, Part 3. Following Vegeta leaving Earth, the Z fighters go to their respective homes and peacetime happens. Yeah, they were a little bit beaten up, but it wasn't all that bad. Not as much of a hospital stay, meaning Goku is now exactly on par with Piccolo. He's not a little bit stronger. He and Piccolo are on the same level now. However, Goten's childlike curiosity would in fact reflect in the youngster, and he would ask about what he called Mr. Piccolo, Namekian. This would lead to a roundabout search, and they would call Bulma from Goku's house following one of their training sessions. Bulma doesn't have the answer here, but she does say that, hey, Kami might know, he's the same species as Piccolo. And so Goku, Goten, and Chi-Chi, who continued to train alongside them, getting her power level up to about 1200, no, she's 1250 in the timeline, 1300, they all go to Kami's lookout and tell Bulma that they'll meet her there. Bulma has plenty of ships, she has more than enough resources to get up to the lookout. When that part of the Z-Force assembles, this is where they find out about planet Namek, asking Kami about it, and being reminded by Mr. Popo that his ship is still on the planet. Naturally, Bulma's excited about this, but there is a little bit of a delay in the trip now. Because there wasn't as much death, I could see the Z crew end up being a few hours late. Not a whole lot. You know, Goten still looks for avid fighters. I mean, he trained with Roshi and Krillin. Plus, they do still have the Earth Dragon Balls, so they try to revive everybody that was killed by the Saiyan threat. Unfortunately, Yamcha comes back, but Chaozu's still dead, giving Tien more than enough of a push in order to want to go to Namek. Yamcha, though, he says in this case, he'll stay on the planet and make sure that the planet's nice and safe. Sure, Bulma's going, but he trusts what she's doing. And so the preparations are made, with Goten sporting that That embarrassing bowl cut that Gohan had in the original timeline. And so, Bulma's team takes off. Chi-Chi, Goten, and Tien all board the Namekian ship and head to Namek. Piccolo and Goku train for a bit while the second ship is being built. And they end up taking off for Namek, much like in the anime. But first, Goku's gotta find him. And I would think that Piccolo and Goku would actually have an understanding here, considering they fought together against Raditz and now fought together against Vegeta, with Vegeta still being out there. After all, he wouldn't have killed Raditz if it weren't for his best friend's sacrifice. Piccolo kinda owes Goku on this one. The delay of a few hours doesn't add up to a whole lot. I imagine that's how long the fight with the Namekian warriors took, but by the time that Chi-Chi, Tien, and Goten arrive on the scene as far as witnessing the village being destroyed, that is when they discover that there's someone more powerful than Vegeta. And it only takes the view of several Namekian bodies for Goten to lose it. Yeah, he's a little bit more of a loose cannon than Gohan is. He's a good child, but he's still extremely excitable and will react at the slightest of things. Tien tells Goten to not worry, they're handing over the Dragon Ball, everything will be okay. And then Kago and Mori die. This causes Goten to get in there and deflect the beam that was heading right for Dende, standing in the way of these people and the child. Big mistake. You big bullies, leave him alone! Tien has to think quickly and decides to use a solar flare in order for Chi-Chi to run in, get Dende, and tell Goten to hurry the hell up and get out of there. Clearly, this is a sensitive operation, and Goten's excitable nature is gonna make things a little more difficult. Not to mention, now Frieza knows there's another force. It's not a matter of, wait, what just happened? It's more a matter of, I see, someone else wants my Dragon Balls. Well, more to clean up. By this point, Vegeta has arrived on the planet and slaughtered Queen. He'd be on his way to take out Dodoria, who decided to chase after them immediately as opposed to getting sucker punched. Dodoria almost makes it to their base by the time Vegeta shows up, and that goes normally just like the anime. When they get back to base, they hide their power levels so that Vegeta doesn't know where they are, and they get a backstory from Dende about how this guy just came to the planet and started killing several Namekian villages. And then this other guy came to the planet, and he started killing Namekian villages. By now, Tien, Chi-Chi, and Goten understand the other key signature they're sensing, it being Vegeta. Chi-Chi and Tien tell Goten to stay with Bulma, so that he doesn't do anything rash again. Oh, Chi-Chi, Tien, I know you're headed to Guru's after Dende told you about it, but really? You really think Vegeta's not gonna find you after Zarbon finds you? Yeah, the fight with Zarbon and Vegeta still happens like normal. The only difference is that hour-long delay means that Chi-Chi and Tien are farther away from camp when Vegeta does arrive. And they're only just getting the upgrade by the time Vegeta's killed Zarbon. After Zarbon is defeated, Vegeta demands the Dragon Ball, and Goten is naturally gonna take a stand. Kid. He is royally beaten. However, Vegeta does leave Goten alive. Why? He's the last of a dying breed and he has some potential. If anything, Vegeta could use him to be more powerful once he gains his immortality. After Vegeta leaves, Chi-Chi and Tien arrive at the base and see that Goten is really beaten up. Bulma explains the situation and tells him that Vegeta was here. Goten defended as much as he could, but he was no match for Vegeta. With the power-ups that Tien and Chi-Chi have gotten, they think that maybe Guru would help him out. But here comes something that I personally see Toriyama do if he had incorporated Chi-Chi into the Z I keep saying Z-Force. When it comes to Toriyama, it's the Z-Warriors. Chi-Chi goes to her son, putting her right hand on his head and her left hand on his chest, and then she closes her eyes and focuses as a ki wave begins to envelop her boy. This seems to take a lot of energy out of her, but Chi-Chi, being a more motherly type and not much of a warrior, would be more akin to the Dragon Clan in Namek. Therefore, unlocking her potential would give her the ability to heal.
All right, maggots, line up and press your E keys. 3, 2, 1. Magic!
You are trying my patience!
After Goten's healed, he hugs his mom and they have a little scene. And then Chi-Chi tells him that he needs the upgrade from Guru if that mean Vegeta was ever going to come back. And so mother and son go to Guru's, and Tien tells Bulma we might need to pack up shop and move. Chi-Chi starts getting woozy on the flight over, and that's where Goten grabs her arms and holds them to his chest. He's gonna fly her the rest of the way. And he gets the power-up. Now, when it comes down to fighters on Namek, there was a consistent-ish upgrade as far as what Guru was able to unlock, as far as their potentials. Goten, I think, would have even more of a potential. He had to have a Zenkai boost, and I think a Zenkai boost akin to what Vegeta got, going from 1800 to 2400, would be helpful. Where's the 2400 then? Because Vegeta goes from 24 to 3000 before he kills Zarbon. Well, considering A, Goten's Zenkai, B, his training with Goku and Piccolo before the trip, and C, the Zenkai boost from the Saiyan Saga, we could argue that Goten has been able to get to 2400 and was 2400 this whole time. And so the upgrade would make his power level go to 30,000 because we add a 0. But instead of taking away 1,000, let's go ahead and give the kid 1,000, making his power level 31,000. That's right, other than experience, Vegeta is weaker than Goten. However, that doesn't help when these guys show up. Yeah, Raccoon's still way too powerful. Vegeta arrives at Guru's, and that all happens just like in the anime, with the Z-Warriors going off to fight the Ginyu Force. When Vegeta's on the back foot and just about out of steam, Goten comes in with the assist, and Tien ends up getting Vegeta out of there. He's one of the only Z fighters that really understands that Vegeta's the reason they're alive so far. Plus, he does respect Vegeta from a warrior's perspective. However, considering Goten's gains, I think this is an appropriate place to leave off this timeline for right now, with the Earth ship being in close proximity to planet Namek, and Goten taking on the somewhat weakened Raccoon with the best that he can offer. And believe me, he's gonna do better than Gohan in the next part. But what do you all think? Do you think that Goten's addition, regardless of his rash nature, is going to be more fruitful for the Namek Saga? Do you think that Chi-Chi getting the healing power is a little bit of a stretch? Or do you think it's right up her alley? Leave your comment below. For more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming and Dragon Ball alike, such as if a really silly skull-themed Street Fighter character was in the world of Dragon Ball, not Z, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao! That's a pathetic Raccoon.